Hello everybody, it's Maikito. I hope everybody's having a good day. And it's had a good day so far. We have a pretty good slate when it comes to today. Usually Premier League games are only on the weekends, but we have some midweek, hence why I had a video yesterday. There's also cup games. They have some plays for the cup games, so I found plenty of plays for you guys, money line wise and player prop wise. And as always, if I do have any added plays, they will be in the pinned comment. It's never guaranteed that I am gonna have any, just because I do have a job outside of this, and I may not find plays that I like. And any page that you see on the screen is from the data app called Outlier. You can use my code and get a 7-day free trial in the description. It's a great resource app. If you use my code, you get access to not just soccer, but all the sports, whether it's NFL, NBA, college sports, whatever it might be. It's a great resource app. You can find plenty of plays based on matchups, based on home and away, based on team injuries, whatever it might be. There's a lot of data to back it up on both sides, whether it's home, defense, percentage-wise, anything you can think of. Give it a try. Always cancel it. If you don't like it, you get 7 days for free. There's no reason not to try it. Link for that in the description. But other than that, I'll get straight into my plays. And the first play that I found that I like is Morgan Gibbs-White to go higher than 1.5 shots away from home for Nottingham Forest, going up against Wolves. He has a great hit rate so far. In the league, he's gone over in 85% of games. Only 2 games he's missed. 11 out of 13 games he's gone over. And if you look at the 2 games in which he did miss, he went under against Crystal Palace, who allowed the 4th least shots, and Arsenal, who allow the least shots. But now he has a much better matchup against Wolves, who on average allow the 6th most shots to opponents at 13.2. He's their set piece taker, and I like that because Wolves is an aggressive team. On average, they foul the most a game to opponents at 14. So that shot opportunities for him to take if they get those free kicks opportunities as well. He's a long shot taker. He's taking 19 from inside the box, 12 from outside the box, and despite only being 5'7", he wins 89% of his aerial duels, so he is an aerial threat. He can be. He's got a couple shots from headers this season. He did last season as well, and it's a great matchup for him to take advantage of. And it's two teams that don't play possession, and when 2 teams that don't play possession play against each other, they each hold more than what they usually would, which usually means more shots for both opponents on either side. He usually plays full minutes. I like the line in the matchup. Morgan Gibbs-White to go higher than 1.5 shots. And then the second play that I found that I like so far is Noa Lang to go higher than 1.5 shots at home for Napoli in the cup, going up against Cagliari. He's a player that hasn't had much of a chance so far this season for Napoli. He has now started in 3 straight games now, so he's finally starting to get some minutes. It also has to do with some of the team injuries that has Napoli have had, but it's been good for him because he's been getting more playing time. And if you look at the games that he's played, he went under with 1 against Roma, who's a tough matchup, played 69 minutes. He went over with 2 against Karabakh in 75 minutes. That was a good matchup there. And then he went under with 1 against Atalanta in 69 minutes. That's a tough matchup. So 2 of the 3 were tough matchups. He shot at least once. It's what he gets at second, and I like the matchup here. I like the matchup. He should play good minutes here as well. Cagliari, on average, have allowed 13.7 shots away from home to opponents as well. They actually faced each other. Cagliari and Napoli faced each other in the beginning of the season on August 30th, and Napoli as a team had 20 shots. Lang did not start that game. He came off the bench in the 81st minute, so only played about 9-10 minutes and had 1 shot. So if he starts here, I expect him to get at least 2. Cagliari are weak against defending wingers and defending long shots. That's what he is. He's a long shot taker. He can take long shots, and he's a winger. Last season, when he was playing in the Dutch division with PSV, he was averaging 2.98 shots per 90. He was averaging almost 3. He took 46 from inside the box, 17 from inside the box, and then he can also shoot with both feet. Obviously, he's right-footed, so he will shoot more with that, but he took 51 with his right and 11 with his left, so he can take him with either foot. Cagliari on the opposing side are still missing Gary Mina, who's a center back for them, who's a key piece for them, and in the most recent game, they just played away from home to Juventus, gave Yildiz 2 shots and Conceição 7 shots. Similar matchup here for Cagliari away from home against a tough team. He will get the chances. I like the line in the matchup, so like Noa Lang to a higher than 1.5 shots. And then I have a third play for y'all player prop wise is a safer play, a goblin play on Price Picks, and then Yankuba Minteh to a higher than 0.5 shots at home for Brighton, going up against Aston Villa. Again, it's a safer play. If you can see on the screen, he has hit this play in 100% of games so far this season. So knock on wood, crossing our fingers, he can continue that streak going here. Villa are average team when it comes to allowing shots at 12.3. They allow a little more away from home, obviously, 11 at home, 13.8 away, which is where they're playing now. He has played full minutes in 10 out of 13 games, and in the games he got subbed out, one of them he got subbed out with like 5 minutes to go, one of them with like 15 minutes to go. But again, with all the other ones, he's played full minutes, so I like that. He's a left-footed player who plays on the right. He cuts in. He's a quick winger. He will shoot. He's very fast. He's a counter-attack threat as well. I believe 5 of the shots that he's taken have been off the counter-attack, which is what I like. He played 32 minutes 32 minutes off the bench against them last season. He didn't start against them last season. One of them he got benched, and then one of them he played 32 minutes, and he went over with 1 shot. With him starting, I expect him to get at least 1. Brian have a couple offensive injuries with Mitoma, Reuter, and March, so he's been getting opportunities. He'll have more of an offensive load as well, so I like the line. Decent matchup at home. Yankuba Minteh to go higher than 0.5 shots. Before I get into my money line plays, as always, I really appreciate if everybody to like the video and comment it as well. I always mention it in the middle of the video, so it's just a great way to support the channel, whether it's just showing support, typing something random, whatever it might be. It helps boost the video out to more people on the YouTube algorithm. I'll post all my videos and show all my picks for free, so it takes just a second. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe, turn on notifications so you're notified when these videos do go out. I do also let y'all know on my Discord, which is linked in the description. It's not a premium. Like I say, you get all my picks for free. It's just for those that want to support the channel. You get notified when videos are out, when I don't post, added plays, all that. And it's just a great community where people post their own plays. You can post your plays again for free. Link in the description. The only form of premium that I have is my YouTube membership, which is linked as well. Or there's a join button next to the subscribe button. You support the channel a little more, and you also get the content out earlier. So if you're not a member, those that are already got all the picks and the video before everybody else. Helps avoid potential bumps that may or may not happen. Again, link for that in the description. Same with Outlier. I really want to thank anybody and everybody who supports me in any way. But I'll get straight into my money line plays. Both of these are in the English Premier League. The first play I got from -130, and that's both teams to score in the Wolverhampton versus Nottingham Forest game. It's 2 bad defenses playing each other. Wolves are bottom of the league. They've conceded 28 goals in 13 games. They have conceded in all 13 games, so opponents have scored against them in every single game so far. They're not a good defensive team. They allow on average the 6th most shots to opponents at 13.2, and in general just make a lot of defensive mistakes, while Nottingham Forest on the other hand have the 5th worst defense, conceding 22 and 13. They've conceded in 11 out of 13 games. Only 2 games they've kept a clean sheet. So again, another bad defense. Wolves allow the 6th most shots a game. Nottingham Forest allow the 5th most shots a game at 14.1. I mentioned earlier with the Gibbs-White play that neither team plays possession of the ball, which just means more both teams will have more chances to play offense than what they usually would, which is what I like as well. Wolves have had the worst offense so far in the league, but they have scored in 4 out of 6 games that they've played at home so far. So as you can see on the screen, and the 2 games in which they didn't score, they failed to score, were against Crystal Palace and Manchester City. 2 tough defenses. Forest will be without Aina, Murillo, Sinchenko, Douglas Luiz, all good defensive players, so that they're going to be a little weak there. They're coming off the game where they just conceded 2 to Brighton. Both teams will have plenty of chances. I expect this to be a back-and-forth game, so I like both teams to score for -130 in the Wolves and Nottingham Forest game. And then the second play that I found that I like, I also got for -130, and that's over 1.5 Chelsea goals away from home going up against Leeds United. You could take the money line play for a similar juice, but if they do win, I don't expect it to be a 1-0 game. This play has hit in 4 out of 6 away games so far for Chelsea in the league. They have scored in all 6. The 2 in which they weren't able to score 2. They scored 1. It's just whether they get that second goal. And those 2 games in which they weren't able to score that second goal was against Man U and Spurs. But now they have a better matchup here against Leeds, who have the 4th worst defense so far in the league, conceding 25 goals in 13 games. So that's a 1.9 average, so almost 2. They have conceded 2+ goals in 4 games straight now, and they have lost all 4 of those games. They conceded in 4 straight at home overall, have conceded 2+ in the last 3 out of 4 at home, but they have also scored in 5 out of 6 at home. So I'm saying that because if Chelsea score 1, I say you could take their money line, but there's a good chance that 1 goal may not be enough to beat this Leeds team. They might be able to tie the game. They scored well at home, but they're weak defensively, which is what I'm banking on. Cole Palmer should be back this game. That's a big plus for Chelsea as a whole, obviously, especially on offense. And Chelsea Chelsea as a team is in good form. They're undefeated in all competitions in 7 games straight. They scored 2+ in 5 of those 7 games, including 3 against Barcelona. They managed to draw in their most recent game against Arsenal 1-1, despite being a man down in that game after 38 minutes. Caicedo got a red card in that game. And in one game without him, they played Burnley away from home, beat them 2-0. Similar matchup here. Weak offense without Caicedo. Leeds will likely be without Longstaff, Stock, and Justin. All good midfielders and defenders that are key, that are starters as well. So they'll be lacking a little there. And just Chelsea's quality should get them over the line. I like the value that you're getting here for this Chelsea team. So for -130, I like higher than 1.5 Chelsea goals going up against Leeds United. Thank you everybody for watching. I'll quickly go over last video's picks. It wasn't the best day. Obviously could have been worse, but player prop wise, the Bruno play did DMP. For some reason, he didn't start. He came off the bench and scored in that game, so he should have started, would have gone under. And then Pickford over 2.5 saves. It wasn't his fault. He did his job. He had 2 saves from 2 shots on target, but Bournemouth just had a bad game in that game. Did not take that many shots. We had 2 added plays. O'Reilly to go under 50.5 passes. That hit pretty sweat-free. And then I did have Yamal under 9.5 attempted dribbles. I guess I shouldn't have took his under just because he is a dribbler, but he played Atletico in 2 out of 3 games last season, went under in 2 of the 3. And in general, Atletico's a tough matchup when it comes to dribble-wise, but he did go over in that game. And then I went 1-1 money line-wise. Leipzig came through. They conceded by a penalty early on in the game. They were able to lead by halftime, scored another goal in the second half, and won that game 3-1. And then Alaves came through. They scored. I said he could have took their over 2.5 goals for better juice as a single play. That hit as well. But Bournemouth, again, I mentioned before, they had a bad game. They were drawn. Everton were able to score with like 10 minutes to go or so, and then they couldn't score a goal. So that was unfortunate for us. Reeds were there. But just, I guess, bad day. It's going to happen. Not all days are going to be perfect days, but hopefully we can turn it around. We have still been on a good run player prop-wise. I think right now we're like on a 27-11 player prop run, if I'm not mistaken. That's like a over 70% hit rate so far over the last like 7 to 10 videos. So hopefully we can keep the momentum going. Like I mentioned, I'll try to have added plays. If I do, they will be in the pinned comment or on my Discord, which is linked as well. But other than that, I hope everybody has a good night, a good day, and we can cash out tomorrow.